Welcome back to the weekly Forex forecast for the 1st of April to the 5th of April. It's bank holidays, Easter. Happy Easter to everybody, and a happy Easter especially to my VIP members. A fantastic week this week, although volumes were light, weren't they? Due to the data coming out, due to the short week, due to the bank holiday, and that tends to be the case most of the time. Let's see what's going on in the markets. We start off with the DXY. We work down. Just to let you know that I have my green flags and my red flags, and these indicate that we have a parabolic trend, the most powerful trend that there is. So DXY is now, we had a buy signal, this liquidity zone, on the 15th of March, and it has continued up ever since. So we're looking to buy when it goes green, and we're looking to sell when it goes red. And as we can see, this is now heading into a high liquidity zone, this yellow zone here. In the case where the buyers step in and continue, which looks like they might do in the week coming up, then this will be taken out and head for 105.47. However, we could see obviously a reaction here where the institutions may decide to sell off the dollar at this point, and then we'll be looking to sell down to 102.66. We have non-farm payroll this week as well as bank holiday, so just be aware that anything can happen this week in terms of the US dollar. Mixed at the moment, but I think in the next few days we could see this play out. In terms of the yen futures contracts, this is the yen futures contracts which dictates to us which direction we're going to go in terms of the yen pairs. So as the weakness comes into the yen futures contracts, then we are looking to buy yen pairs, and when we see strength, then we are looking to sell yen pairs. So I think there is going to be more likely a bounce on this area here into the liquidity zone on the advanced pro charts, where we could see a bounce to 67.98. What this means in terms of correlation, we'll be looking to sell the yen pairs this week. In terms of the Swiss franc futures, the futures contracts helps us to make better decisions in terms of direction. And once we get correlation in these pairs, then we then make a lot of money. And as we can see, the Swiss franc futures has gone weak. It's hit our target of 1118 this week. So we do have another target here of 109.46. There's no liquidity into buying this, so we do expect further weakness. So the Swiss franc pairs are going to be one of our favorite for this week. The indices looking fantastic, and I've been saying this all year so far to VIP members. If you want to be a VIP member, then just click on the links below. It's a free 14-day trial if you like it, and then it's £30 per month if you want to continue. Totally up to you. Cancel at your leisure. So we can see that the Dow Jones is continuing up. We have an initial target of 40,053, and then moving up to 42,104. So we are expecting further upside rallies in terms of the stocks due to the interest rate drops, which is highly likely to continue this year. So if you're not into the indices, please get in now, because it's a great time to get in. Every day for VIP members, I will give you the trailing stops. During the weekly Forex forecast, I will tell you what's trending, I will tell you what's getting in, and I will tell you the targets. So we can see here that the FTSE 100 has gone long in the last few weeks and continues upwards into the trend, and 80.43 is this week's weekly Forex target. Nasdaq has gone long, but it's moved into a liquidity zone, so this is not a safe area, so do not trade Nasdaq. The Aussie 200 index, as I mentioned earlier to VIP members, is that this has gone long now. We had a buy signal on the daily chart. When we get a buy signal, that's it. That's your signal to go long. And everything goes green, by the way. So into liquidity zone, bounced off that really nicely. And as you can see, it's broken this high liquidity area here where it should have sold off. It's broken that, so we do expect this to hit our target of 7998 and then on to 8111. One of the things that you can do, of course, is don't have a target. We have a big target here of 5587 for the S&P 500. We've been in this since October and it continues to go higher. When you get the buy signal off a liquidity zone, just buy it. So hold on, move, and what we do, we move our stop every day. As the VIP members, I will record a video, 15-minute video, where you can get in at your leisure, at your own risk, of course, and we just move our stop accordingly to lock in profits. Continue upwards to 55.86. Well, we've had a lot of fun with the DAX, haven't we, guys? So congratulations to my members. And a bounce off liquidity zone into a buy area, and it's just stayed up, stayed up, stayed up, stayed up. And we do expect this to continue. There's no reason why not. There's no liquidity zones showing, so there's no sellers lining up. So buyers are all in. The buyers are all in, so get in as soon as possible at your own risk. 19,346 is your target. Now, oil has gone long. However, we had a buy February 7th by the look of it there, but it's now hitting a liquidity zone. So we do need to wait for this to break out. Otherwise, you might get stuffed here. So technically speaking, so we do need to see this break further high and get into this area here for it heads for $85.18 and then on to $88.68. But you could see this fall off. Bitcoin, again, this is not ideal. This was a buy. Congratulations to members on the 27th of January. And we bought this at 41,800 and it rallied to our target of $72,000. We do expect this to go higher. $76,879 is the first target, and then on to $100,000 is imminent by June. However, we do need to see this price break out, don't we, first, before we go long, and then you're going to get break of structure here at 73,878. Gold has broken liquidity zone and continues up. Target $22.69. Likely to see a pullback this week because of bank holiday, because of non-farm payroll. So it will be pulling back to about $2,193 before it rallies again. Now the euro dollar is parabolic to the downside. It came off the liquidity zone, had a sell signal and fell. And our target is 107.16 for this week. However, much depends on the dollar, of course, and the DXY. So we do expect if the DXY weakens, then of course this is going to give us a rally from 107.16 and then a break up at some stage. Probably not immediately, somewhere like that in the coming week. So again, I'll update you every day, if you remember, to let you know what's going on. Similar situation for the pound USD, as you can see, hitting that high liquidity zone, bouncing off it. Not sure where to go now. Again, I do expect this to bounce up to 128.27. However, we just have to wait and see on this one. US yen, again, not parabolic, so it's not ideal, but I've marked it as a potential sell-off. Hit our target at 152 this week, so congratulations if you traded that from the liquidity zone. Now we have to wait and see. Now if it rolls over and the dollar weakens, then we could see this price move back down to 147.38. The US Swiss, now this could be not a dollar trade, but a Swiss franc trade. The weakening of the Swiss franc, which is parabolic to the downside, is highly likely to drive all the Swiss much, much higher. So look out for that. Before trading, then just check out the Chf Franc Futures Our target is 93.89. We have all the buys in and everything is confirmed and set up. We do expect a pullback. That you are going to find there are some pullbacks this week. It usually happens during bank holiday, and then we should see a breakout at some stage to 93.89. Aussie USD, we do have all the sellers in. This is parabolic, but now hitting a high liquidity zone, this green zone. We could see a bounce either way here. The Kiwi is looking much, much better than the Aussie USD. This is one of my favorites for this week. So any kind of pullback is going to see the price head for 58.10, just above this liquidity zone, where we're probably going to see a bounce in the coming week. But a very nice trade indeed. Canadian mixed. Canadian yen. Canadian yen, I've got this as a parabolic because it is. All the buys are in. However, there is a liquidity zone here, so just be aware of that. New Zealand yen, it bounced off the liquidity zone and now into another liquidity zone. But can you see these long-term support areas? So we could see a bounce here. Again, if we see yen futures bounce up, then that will have an impact on the yens. A bounce up means that this is going to fall. One of my favorite trades also is the Swiss yen. Swiss franc is weak, parabolic to the downside, and any pullback up into the yen futures, then this will drive this to 66 in this coming week, and there's a big strong trend line there. Canadian Swiss looking very, very nice. Congratulations to members. Hit our target 66.23. Had a lovely buy signal there with support and parabolic. All the buyers are in and continued upwards. We do expect again another pullback back down to 66.23. Look out for that. I'm actually going to put an alert there. And what I'll do for members, I'll throw that into the VIP room or in Telegram. Again, if you're interested in joining me and my team, then please click on the links below. So if you do want to join me on my trading journey and you want to learn how to trade, each day I will give you the targets, I'll give you the trends. You'll have instant access to the VIP room. Daily video analysis from Monday to Friday includes the trends, the stop losses. The stop losses are really important because we trail the stop losses to lock in profits and minimize your risks. And then I'll give you the targets each day if they're adjusted. I'll cover all the markets, the Forex, oil, gold, indices, Bitcoin, and there'll be real-time setups during the day as well in Telegram. So if you want that 14-day trial, go to thetradingmentors.com and get started today. The pound Canadian is parabolic to the downside, hit the liquidity zone here, the yellow zone, and had a sell-off here, sell signal in the advanced pro charts. Heading for 16976. That's the weekly target on the pound Canadian. One of my favorites, New Zealand Canadian. This was interesting. Congratulations everybody who sold the New Zealand Canadian. Our target for this week was 81.50. This got broken. I did expect to bounce, but it didn't. Nonetheless, this is now heading for 80.00. Nice big round number there. That's highly likely. This is one of my favorites. Euro Canadian, again, heading down. We have a parabolic trend. A parabolic trend means all the charts agree. Once you get all the charts agreeing, it's a no-brainer. And our target is 144.98. Now there is a big support line here, so just be aware of that. That's going to be hit probably on Monday or Tuesday. Don't forget it's bank holiday Monday, so I'll have a look at the markets briefly, but I suspect it will be very quiet indeed because it's the US is closed and London is closed. Gold is open though. So on to the Aussie New Zealand. Fantastic move on the Aussie New Zealand. Well done, guys, if you're trading this. And why wouldn't you? This is a beautiful chart. and as we can see, bounced off liquidity here, went straight through liquidity, hit our target of 108.04, and then our next target is 109.42. We don't have any negative liquidity here at all, which is unusual, but I do expect this to come up to 109.42. Pound New Zealand, it's broken through the negative liquidity zone here, which is fine, in and continues up. So this just reconfirms what is likely to happen with the Swiss franc as it weakens. As long as the Swiss franc weakens, you just flick on the Swiss franc futures, this one here, and then just make sure it's breaking through this 11118 to go through to 109.46. And if it does that, if it doesn't bounce up, then you are safe to go with the Swiss pairs, like the Canadian, Swiss, etc. The Pound New Zealand continues up, as does the Aussie New Zealand and the Euro New Zealand. So this is heading for 21.44.5 in the next few weeks. Expect this, as long as it holds on to this structure here, then we can see a little bit of a bounce off that line and heading for 21.445. Euro New Zealand, exactly the same, another favourite trade of mine, and continues up with a lovely buy signal there on the liquidity zone. Did you see that? And continues up, hit that target 17715, hit this target 17938, and is heading for 182.10 and then on to 184.99. So some fantastic trades to be had. Pound Canadian to the downside, Aussie New Zealand, Pound New Zealand, Euro New Zealand. The yens, we need clarification really, don't we, in terms of the yen futures, but the favourites to watch are the Pound Swiss. However, the Pound Swiss is not favourite, sorry, that's why it's not green. Canadian Swiss is my favourite, 68.07. Let's have a look at Euro Swiss. Yeah, this is not parabolic. We've got sellers coming in, so this could change in the next few days. So that's why that's not green, and that's again, this is why this is not highlighted as one of my favorites. Swiss yen, again, keep an eye on this. This could bounce, but the yens, the other favorites are New Zealand USD. Any kind of pullback, sell to 58.10. And the yen could sell off if the dollar decides to weaken. Have a wonderful weekend, enjoy your Easter eggs, and I'll see you in the VIP room or in Telegram.